Well, it seems there is a bit of controversy making the rounds. As you can see here, there's a post here on the Kimetsu no Yaiba subreddit and the Demon Slayer subreddit for the anime. Both subreddits seem to be posting this headline that Japanese fans are demanding Mitsuri's bath scene to be removed from Demon Slayer Season 3. Lots of people have upvoted this, and even the mods have kind of realized that this article is kind of BS. Lots of people are commenting on it, they're doom and glooming about it. And it's happening on both subreddits, but I want to talk about why this really should have no cause for concern, and you shouldn't be worried. They're probably not going to cut anything or censor anything in the next episode of Demon Slayer or the next season or seasons. This video should prove that a lot of the claims being made are simply from sites which are just trying to get a bunch of clicks to fool you into thinking there's a bunch of controversy so that you will post links to their sites and it will get them publicity, it will get them attention, and it will get Demon Slayer fans or just anime fans in general very riled up. Hopefully what you'll see in this video, at least what I hope, is that the people that are making these comments are not very important people. And I don't mean that as an insult, I mean this simply from the perspective of they are not staff members, they are not people in charge of making any sort of decision. So it is something that I think nobody should really worry about. What we're about to witness in this video is the equivalent of Kotaku, for example, taking a couple of tweets about some obscure outrage and then posting it on their site as if it's millions and thousands of fans that are making these arguments, when in reality it is just one or two people. So let's go ahead and get this video underway, and as always, I have to repeat this multiple times, do not attack any of these people, do not harass any of these people. That kind of behavior is not welcomed in the SeaTactics community, and you will find yourself booted from it. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, really, anime trivia seems to kind of be just one that's reposting this. It's probably from Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter or something. Of course, it's on Reddit as well, all places, you know, same thing here. But this actually here has Anime Galaxy as a link, so I wanted to use this one because this is just completely random. It's just a completely random blog. I've never really actually heard of this site before, and the article itself really doesn't have any much substance at all. It's basically just laying out some really basic stuff of what's going on in terms of what's happening in this scene. Then you get really to the second half of this article when they were talking about how many people are claiming this and that, and they should cut this scene like right here. I'm not even sure if I can copy and paste or highlight anything, which is very telling of a site that needs to have those options. I hate it when that happens. But you can see here where one user wrote, "Scenes and developments not suitable for TV should be cut. This is a popular work. Greater consideration should be required." Who are these people? Not at all in this article ever state once who these people are that are saying this and what their value and importance is in the anime community. And then we see the source. This is the source they use for this, Maijitsu. So we go to that site, and the first thing we see is a picture from Photostock of a girl covering her mouth in shock, which means immediately that this is a very sensationalist kind of article. And this is, of course, a Japanese publication, meaning that we can't really read this without some help. But before we go to the DeepL translation, you know, quickly browsing their main site, it's just a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, pretty much it's a lot of very sensationalist kind of headlines, you know, things about, you know, the news, pop culture, stuff like that. Just a pretty basic blog news kind of site. Nothing against them. And by the way, don't be attacking people, guys. I shouldn't really have to say this, but this is not what this video is about. This is just a really dumb thing that's making the rounds. So we go to the actual DeepL translation, which I've kind of highlighted some stuff here in a Google Doc using DeepL. Basically, what you're getting here is what you're getting here, pretty much. It's basically the English version of the Japanese article. So some things I wanted to highlight here and kind of read out. It is, with this, it seems that some fans are paying attention to the sexy scenes, such as the bathing scene of Ganroji, which is Mitsuri, at the beginning of the Sword Forge Village arc. And these are some of the arguments that are made. It seems like these are just random people on a forum. This is no different from when, let's say, some seedy kind of website wants to make up some kind of controversy and stir something up, so they go to Twitter and they type in the keywords they want to support their article, and they find like 2 to 5 tweets or whatever of something that's supporting their claims. And then they basically make a blanket generalization of actually what's happening. And this is kind of really what's going on here. So a lot of these comments, you can read them on the screen, what they say. The quote, "There was a rush of voices calling it a problem, and the bathing scene of Shizuka-chan in the popular anime Doraemon has also been receiving complaints recently." Here's the thing about that. This whole thing that's making the rounds is just one big controversy that's not even going to make a difference in anything. It's basically meant to rile up a bunch of fans, make them angry, and post links to their article. For example, Anime Galaxy. This is kind of what these people do. This is how they make their money. But let's actually talk and look at the example of what they're talking about. So I didn't spoil myself willingly. I didn't read any of the dialogue, but basically I went through the manga to get to the point where you see these panels. And what I found was actually really surprising. So we're going to go through every single one of these panels because, as we'll find out very quickly, the amount of panels you see Mitsuri like this is 2. And not only that, it's at the end of a chapter, and it's just this. She says 4 things, 4 lines of dialogue, and then the chapter ends. That's it. Obviously, this is a story to drum up a bunch of controversy for some clicks, and wow, I am surprised at this. I really am. So yeah, it's all bad faith arguments, pretty much. None of this is actually probably ever going to affect anything with the Demon Slayer Season 3 anime. There's probably not going to be any censorship. Because even then, if we go look at other examples of this, let's say My Dress Up Darling, which features a 15-year-old girl that's in a bikini with breasts that are like that of a waterbed, and that's totally fine. I also think it's important to mention that there was one week where My Dress Up Darling even beat out both Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2, aka literally the most popular anime in the entire world right now, at least that's airing, and Demon Slayer Season 2. So it's important to use a little logic and think, does the claims that they are making make any sort of sense? Why would a show that beat out a AOT, a Demon Slayer, in popularity, at least in terms of weekly airing anime, why would that not be a problem when suddenly 2 panels of an extremely popular anime that has a lot of people talking about it suddenly has this controversy around it? Does that make any sense? It doesn't to me. So I think making the argument that seeing Mitsuri probably what is going to be at the end of the episode or in the middle of the episode for what is probably literally 3 to 5 seconds is not going to be that big of an issue. This really feels like a bunch of websites kind of making a grab at the controversy surrounding Tennigan's 3 wives and realizing that a lot of people are going to get angry at that and trying to manipulate some sort of reaction out of it. So it is rather unfortunate. It really is, but obviously using a little bit of common sense, reading the article, of course, and using some media consumption literacy, you can figure out pretty quick that this is a bad faith argument and nothing bad is going to happen. They're not going to take away your naked girls, especially Mitsuri. I mean, for Christ's sakes, her outfit has a boob window. I think she's fine. I don't think they're going to take anything out or change anything or censor anything. I think it is a misfounded argument on the backs of a couple websites trying to make a bunch of clicks and get a bunch of money. So I think we're okay. I think we're good. I can't wait to see Mitsuri in a bath naked. That came out really wrong. I don't mean it like that. I literally mean it in the sense that a lot of these bad faith argument you know, people and a lot of these headlines and a lot of these websites are hopefully going to be called out on their crap. Probably not. Usually people just forget about this kind of stuff and they move on. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like. As well, I covered every episode of Demon Slayer, and as well, I have a whole playlist on Demon Slayer videos, so if you want to go check those out, you can. Currently, I'm talking about some Attack on Titan, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Bye.